The city is the bomb if the city make it rain. Move a finger, I feel the same way. Straight putting it down for California, yeah.
Alright.
West Coast.
Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing? I feel like Friday was such a good call. I feel like we went deep on Friday. It was really good. How many of you guys have used the daily reflection document since Friday? How many of you guys have used it? Not a lot. Couple. Amazing. Okay. How many of you guys have been reflecting every day? Amazing. Those of you guys that are reflecting every day, have you found it helpful to do in the morning? To like center yourself? Amazing. Good. It totally works. It gets your head in the right space. So I'll tell you, I had my highest level clients in town yesterday for a full day. These are all people doing at least 100 grand a month or more. And all of them, we started, like half the day was me spending training them on this tool, the morning reflection, and also like the win of the day tool that I've developed as well. And all of them left in a position where they were like, holy shit, this is the clarity I needed in my day. It wasn't about marketing, it wasn't about sales, it was like, man, they needed to be operating from this level of clarity. And I think that's really important. So I don't want you guys to like overlook how important this can be. So really quickly, if we're gonna win, we gotta know where we're going. And so, I've asked you guys this before, but what I want everyone to post in the chat really quickly, and you should know this off the top of your head, what is the January target? What is your January target? I want you to post it in the chat right now. If you don't fucking know it, like what are we aiming for? That's your body target. Sarah, I love it. Okay, so I'm starting to see some come in. All right. All right, I'm starting to see some come in. Great. So I'm going to share. Whoever it is, Sarah. Can somebody make? Yeah. Can somebody make me a co-host?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. All right. Everybody see my iPad screen? We good? Yeah, okay, cool. So what you guys are gonna see here is when we look at January, I want you guys to fill in what your target is. Right, so what is the target? And for now, we'll play in the domain of business, right? We'll play in the domain of business. What is our target? So some of you guys, this is a revenue target, some of you guys, this is a client target, whatever it is. Okay? Now, with this number in mind, right, what do we have to achieve in week one? We're in week 1 of January. What do we need to achieve this week? And so we're going to call this our win of the week. What do we need to do to achieve this? Our win of the week. Okay? This is a number as of Monday morning. So for me, I'll tell you, I do my win of the week planning on Sundays. I do my win of the week planning on Sundays. You don't have to do it on Sundays. You can do it on fucking Thursday. I don't care. However you want to do it, whatever your week runs, Mine runs Monday to Sunday. You need to do this at the beginning of your week. What is your win of the week? And with ARM of this win of the week, now we can go to win of the day. WOTD, win of the day. What do we need to achieve today to be in line with our week? What is the outcome of today? Does everybody understand this? Super simple process. We have a January target, right? X amount of revenue, or X amount of clients, or X amount of leads, or whatever it is. We're pairing it up with the win of the week, right? We'll call that Y. Win of the day becomes Z. If this is not clear, what are you actually doing every day? I want everybody to post what their desired win of today is to your win of the week.
Well, if I do 3 today, then that would theoretically cover me for the week.
Okay, so us winning today also means that we're winning the week.
Yeah, that completed the week if I get that today.
Great. So is that your win of the day or is that your win of the week? You want to just knock out the whole week on day one?
Well, it would happen. And if I did that, then maybe I would have to move my target, right?
Maybe. Or maybe the rest of the week is just starting to prepare for next week. Just because we win the week on day one doesn't mean we have to alter the target.
Okay.
Right? I don't want you to get caught up in that game. Because now we're just playing a game of moving targets. And that means that we didn't plan our targets. And that's bullshit.
Okay.
Make sense? If my weekly revenue target this week was $250,000 and somebody drops $250,000 in my lap today, great. Everything I achieved this week is bonus, but it's not affecting my targets. Got it?
No, not affecting your target.
It's not affecting my target. What was your weekly target? It was 3 people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So your win of the week is 3 new clients. If your win of today, if you're saying, I'm going to get 3 clients today, and by the way, this isn't my wish of the day, this is my win of the day. This means I am strategically planned to get 3 clients today.
Right.
Right? I will read to you guys what my win of the day is. Let me pull it up. My win of today. Here's my daily win map. This morning I had a TLG huddle. I took 2 client calls. Right? I'm delivering this monetization accelerator. I have to go to I'm stepping away from my own private event to deliver this. I got to go continue delivering at my private event right after this. I'm going to work out during lunch this afternoon. I have to check in with Black Circle. I have to check in with CB Digital. I have to check in with Apex. I have to make sure my call with Loomis is scheduled for tomorrow morning, that everyone's on board. I have to make sure that I've reviewed my safe documents for the Par 4 app. Okay? How are those in line with my win of the week? Well, I have weekly outcomes that I want to achieve. So I either do those or I don't do those. It's a very clear yes or no.
Yes.
Right? At the end of the night, I'm going to practice golf after my event today. I'm going to complete my win of the day document. I'm going to prepare for the Thursday webinar. And I'm going to study my personal development stuff before bed. That is how I will win today. Why? All of those are in line with my weekly win. Pretty simple, right?
Right.
Pretty simple to understand that.
Right.
Okay. So you getting 3 clients today, is that mapped out? How are we going to get our 3 clients today? Do we know how we're going to do it?
Yes, I have calls today.
Great. How many calls?
4 scheduled starting at 10.
Great. So we have so our win of the day is to close 75% of our calls.
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic. The end of the night, we did or we didn't do it. Why or why not? No emotions, just facts. Got it? Cool.
All right.
I love it. Right? Who else has a win of the day? Sangita, send out 1 guest podcast request, close an invoice, 1 corporate client, Covers the month of revenue goal. Focus on month 2 of corporate revenue goal. That's today, Sangita, or that's your week?
Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. That's today.
Fantastic, right? So everything we're doing is mapped out around those times. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, I would say, if you guys want to get in, like I structure my day out, and this is some higher level shit, but I structure my day into 4 very distinct components. I have my early morning, I have my morning, I have my afternoon, and I have my evening. My early morning you don't fuck with. That's my coffee, my daily reflection, and my daily wind map. You fuck with my morning, I fuck with you, right? My morning is where I get to work. My afternoon is also where I'm actively engaged in work, and so my morning and my afternoon are reciprocal, meaning if my morning is client work, my afternoon is work on the business. If my morning is work on the business, my work in the afternoon is client work, work in the business. My evenings are always recap and reflection and planning for tomorrow so that I can disconnect, unplug, and connect in my household. Every day, same thing. I had one of my clients staying with me last night. I told him in the car ride to my house after dinner, I was like, I cannot wait to get home to get the win of the day document done. I was experiencing overwhelm in my brain with all the things I knew I needed to do, and I just needed to fucking write it down. I wrote it down, I disconnected, I watched football, I lost my fucking bet last night, but life goes on. Woke up this morning happy, ready to crush it. Showed up super clear, delivering powerfully to my client group, delivering to you guys. This is a game of systems. If you don't know how you're going to win today, I don't know how you're going to win this week. If you don't know how you're going to win this week, I don't know how you're going to win this month. And if you don't know how you're going to win this month, I don't know how you're going to win this year. Foundationally speaking, at all times, you should know 3 things. Right? I'm sorry, 4 things. 3. We should know our current monthly target. We should know our current weekly target. And every day, we should know our daily target. Listen, I don't expect 100%, but I expect 100% clarity. I don't expect 100% wins, but I expect 100% clarity. Does everybody understand this process? Is there anybody here that cannot commit to this process? Can you commit to this process? Yes or no in the chat. Just give me a yes or no in the chat. Fantastic. Yeah, Jessica Sherman, absolutely. Daily targets get derailed, 100%. Half of the time our daily targets get derailed because we haven't defined them. And by the way, when you break them down, like the way that I do it, right, like the 4 different times of the day, I have daily checkpoints as to where I'm at. Did I get that done, yes or no? And I'll grind until it's done. Right? This is a commitment to excellence. You guys want to achieve things that 99% of people will never achieve. So we got to do things that 99% of people will never do. Okay? Now, how do we make this happen from a business perspective? Okay? There's 2 things I want you guys to understand today. There's what we call active revenue generation.
Jason, do you want to share your screen?
Oh, is it not shared?
It's just you so far.
Really? It still says
Screen. Oh.
It still says I'm sharing.
It's just me then.
Okay. So we have what's called active revenue generation. Guys, this answers the question for, let's just take for this week, right? It answers one simple question. Where is my money coming from? Where is my money coming from? the question we have to ask ourselves that precedes that, where are my sales opportunities coming from? Which then asks the question, what must I do to produce sales opportunities? This is the golden question that is linked up to this. What must I do this week to produce sales opportunities? So Tim said, I already have sales calls booked. Well, you don't need to do shit. You need to show the fuck up and you need to crush it. You need to show the fuck up and you need to crush it. The end. You don't need to do anything for this week. Your sales calls are booked. Why? Because you're in scholarship. All good. Great. We're golden. How many of you guys this week can answer this question? Where are your sales opportunities coming from? Yes or no, you can answer this question right now. Put it in the chat. Great. Some yeses. I like it. So Deborah, all your sales come from your salespeople. How are they getting sales opportunities? Passive income does not count unless you just want your passive income. From all the marketing stuff you're doing, okay? So you're hoping and praying that your marketing will give your salespeople enough sales calls this week. So you're hoping, Sandra, okay, so that sounds like a fucking hope, not a fucking plan.
Well, so what can I fucking do?
Right. I like that you use my words. That wins points with me. Great, so what can I do? Okay, so what do we, and this is a great question. What can we do, right? So we have our monthly target. Actually, you know what? I'll just bring you back here, right? So we have our monthly target. We have our weekly target. So the question we have to ask ourselves, right? Active revenue generation linked up here in our week. Question we have to ask ourselves, what must I do to produce sales opportunities? So the first thing we have to look at here, what are my assets? What are my assets? So Deborah, what assets do we have? Do we have an email list?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Which I send out to them every week.
Okay. Do we have a Facebook group?
Yes.
Okay, we have a Facebook group.
We have Facebook and doing ads on Facebook.
Okay, we have paid ads.
Yes, on Google.
Okay.
And on Facebook.
Okay, what else do we have? Do we have partnerships? Do we have other people's audiences?
It doesn't work for me to do partnerships.
Okay, do we have referrals?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have any sort of outbound messaging or outbound calling?
No.
Okay. So right now, when we look at this, we have 4 opportunities to create revenue this week. So then the question is, with our email list, you said that you're doing 1 time a week, but what I want to know is, what is the offer? And better stated, what is the offer of connection?
It's calling and speaking with one of our soul guides.
Okay, why? So that they can get sold?
So they can really have a deep conversation with you, figure out what's going on with you, where are you at in your life, and where are you at in your relationship.
Great. So for us to hit our weekly target, right? For us to hit our weekly revenue target, How many sales opportunities do you need this week?
I need probably 20.
Okay, so we need 20 sales ops. What's your close percentage? What close percentage do you need to hit your client goal for this week?
About 50%.
Okay, so we need 10 clients this week, right? This is our formula for the week. Great. Inside of our email and what we're putting out, how is the content from our email list getting people in? How is what we're putting on Facebook getting people in? How well are ads performing? And what are we doing inside of a referral campaign? Every day, the only thing you can focus on is this number, sales opportunities. So when I'm sending out an email blast, I'm asking myself, what is the point of connection inside of this email? Why is somebody going to respond to me? So what's the copy? What's the headline? What's the hook? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so what I want you to be able to map out is on Monday, I'm sending out this blast. I expect 3 responses. My goal today, my win of the day, is 3 sales opportunities created. My win of the day is 3 sales opportunities created. Okay, great. Tomorrow, social media, I'm gonna offer 4 assessments. I want 4 connections and sales opportunities created tomorrow. So when we come back to here, what must I do to produce sales opportunities? And we link that up to the win of the day. Are you starting to see how now we produce weekly outcomes? You can't just say, I want to sell 3 clients today without saying, I want 3 sales opportunities today. Those of you guys that are like, well, I want to sell 5 units today. Great. To who? Well, you didn't set a fucking target for sales opportunities, so how in the world are you going to sell?
It gives us the stats.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and we also have people contacting us, filling forms online, and we...
That's great. That's great. What I need, though, is I just need you to tell me, based on all the sources, how in the world are we producing that today? All of those things are happening, honestly, by chance. I need you to be active. Is this making sense? Absolutely, you should be running ads. Absolutely, you should have people filling out forms. Absolutely, you should be doing these things. But I don't want to leave chance of them reaching out. Maybe you need to hire a team that's reaching out to people, and you're saying to your team this morning, listen, morning huddle, you need to produce 5 sales opportunities today, which means you need to comb through the leads list from the last 150 days, and you need to get on the fucking phone. Because right now, for us to hit our weekly target, it requires us as a business for you to have 5 sales opportunities. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So then my question to you today is, if I put a gun to your head and I said, Deborah, by the end of today, you need to produce 5 sales appointments. What are you going to do knowing that our assets are email, Facebook group, ads, and referrals? What are we going to actively do today so that when we wind down tonight, we can check the box and say, I produced 5 sales opportunities? Yes or no, I did or I didn't. It's binary. It is non-emotional. It is factual. What did I do today to produce the sales opportunities? Because I tell you what, if you get 5 sales opportunities, you close at 50%, that's 2.5 tomorrow. You said we needed 10 this week. We are on track for the win of the week. Okay. So
we're already tracking how many calls come in, how many web forms come in, how many appointments.
I didn't say tracking. That's all well and good. I asked, what are you going to do?
No, that's what I'm saying. We've already got we haven't taken that information and done the next step that you're saying. This is
Bingo.
My life going on. Thank you. That we're tracking all this stuff and not taking the next step to say, okay, here's where we are, and you need to do this and this and this to produce this number.
Yeah. That's like me. Like, I don't want to have hypothermia, but I'm going to go stand naked outside, and I'm going to look around, and I'm going to be like, it's snowing. Okay. I've just given you the current state of the world. I'm tracking that it is snowing and that I'm freezing naked. The actions I must take to avoid hypothermia is put clothing on. With the data I have available to me, I can infer that what I should be doing is getting dressed. Great. You have the data, you're not doing anything with it. What I need you to do is take the data and start producing daily outcomes. If you win the day, the next 30 days, you will win the month. The problem is we don't know what a win of the day is until we get to the end of January and you're like, motherfucker, I'm 10 grand short on revenue. What the fuck do I do? Well, you should have done some shit on January 6th.
Well, and the thing that inevitably happens with us is because my soul guides, my salespeople are on commission.
Yep.
They always hammer it out the last 2 weeks.
Of course they do.
You know?
And listen, there's a component of that. People get paid on the 15th. People get paid at the end of the month. It is significantly easier to sell in the middle and the end of the month. That's okay. But I'm telling you, if you start holding them to a standard of daily actions, you will start mitigating the volatility of your months.
Right.
And for you as the business owner to create predictability and less volatility, this will happen. By the way, a lot of people here, you don't have sales teams. A lot of you here, you don't have a sales team. But you're not creating predictability for your own self. You say, well, I'm going to do this month. Really? When? The 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, all the way to the 31st. Which day? What time? Why? And yet here we are, we're like, oh, I'm going to do that this month. Okay. What does that do? Well, that's a win of the day. How does that create a win of the week? How does that win of the week create a win of the month? And what we all are realizing right now is, holy shit, I've been playing small. Is there anybody here right now that's like, man, I've been nailing this game of business? Nobody. And if you have, like, let's talk, I'll hire you. Everyone's been playing small. That's okay. Guys, I played small for a decade and I made 15 million. You can make money playing small. You can just make a lot more money playing big. Okay? So here's what I want you to understand. So why am I explaining this to you? Why am I explaining this to you? Right? What we have in all times, if we want to make money, we have active and we have future. Every week, you need to be doing both. So if we look at a month, right? We should be able to tell ourselves, what are we doing this week to actively create our revenue? What are we doing this week to set ourselves up for future revenue? Every single week. By the way, this goes 52 weeks for a full year. Every single week, what are we doing to create revenue this week? What are we doing to create future revenue? Sarah, unmute somebody and spotlight them, please.
Yep. Angie.
Okay. So Angie, so what do I mean by creating future revenue? Oh, she froze, Sarah. Oh, there she is. She's back.
I would think it is kind of knowing your whole future vision and just reverse engineering. So thinking through what actions you need to take for building towards that future goal.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Future. Mm-hmm. What's required for success in the future? Angie says a plan. I've encouraged you guys to have plans, right? So at this point, the planning should already be done. If you guys are playing the impossible game by the end of the year, if you've mapped out January, you guys should already have the plan. So like, while the plan is important, it should already be done. Do me a favor, unmute, Sarah, unmute Rena and bring her on here. Rena, what did you type into the chat?
Getting future clients in the pipeline.
Can we restate that and can we call it leads?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I meant, sorry.
Great. So what we're actually saying is the future is about one thing. Fill your funnel. So the question I'm asking when I say about future revenue generation is, what are you doing to fill your funnel this week? Because here's what doesn't work. Going on Instagram and saying, buy my shit. Can we all agree that like we're not going to fucking Instagram and saying, buy my shit? Like maybe Crystal, when like I get you to go live on Instagram and just sell from Instagram and give discounts on Instagram and like we have like our own QVC channel, maybe, right? Samantha, it'd be amazing if that worked. I agree. I would love it if that worked. Unfortunately, the internet just doesn't work like that. So instead, like, what's the process? And we've talked about this, right? What's the process? Well, we own the attention, we nurture the attention, and then what do we do? What do we do, right? So like, let's say somebody comes into the funnel here in week 1, they've got 4 weeks of nurture. Guess what? This person now gets inserted into the next week of active because they're now more aware. They've been nurtured by you. They've received value by you. And so half of you guys, you look at your funnel this week and you're like, well, I'm not making money this week. Well, the first thing I'm going to say to you is, what have you been doing the last fucking 12 weeks? Well, nothing. Well, how the fuck are you going to make money this week? Who the fuck have you given value to this week? Who have you been giving value to the last 3 months? Why would some motherfucker buy from you today? And so the game of making money is not just about money today, it's about preparing for money tomorrow. And so the game of targets is not just about winning today from a revenue standpoint, it's winning today from a revenue standpoint today and being prepared for revenue tomorrow. And so every week we're asking ourselves 2 questions. Where's my sales opportunities coming from? And what am I setting myself up for in the future in terms of leads? We distill this down to 2 very simple things. Where are my clients coming from? Where are my leads coming from? And I promise you, if you guys map this out for the next 12 weeks, week by week, and you say, where are my sales coming from? Where are my leads coming from? And I'm not talking about some surface level bullshit of, well, I'm going to keep sending out my email newsletters. I'm going to keep posting on Facebook. Like, shut up. Everybody's doing that shit. Love you, but shut up. I want to know, what are you posting on Facebook? Is it a connection-based post that's designed to open up a conversation, and inside that conversation you're going to close them? Okay, that's valid. Are you going to distribute your trigger this week? Okay, that's valid. You're going to run a scholarship this week? Okay, that's valid. Inside the Super Connector, what are we doing Thursday night? We're running a webinar. You think I'm doing it just out of the goodness of my heart? No, I'm going to sell you some shit. Hide your credit card because I'm going to sell you some shit. That's our middle of the funnel. What are we doing top of funnel? What I tell you guys on Friday, I crawled up the marketing team's ass. Why? Because the opt-in wasn't ready. Motherfucker, I need leads. You want me to make sales in 2-3 weeks? You better give me some leads this week. And so that's just as important to me as the webinar on Thursday. I understand the webinar Thursday puts cash in our account today. I don't care about cash in our account today. I want cash in our account next week and the week after. And then I want more cash in our account the next month. And then I want lots of cash in our account in December. And that only happens if we get leads today. How many of you guys are thinking about both of these things each and every day and every week? Yes or no in the chat? Now I am. I love it. Great. So here's what I want all of you guys to do from a homework perspective this week. Is I want you to take the next 4 weeks and I want you to map out 2 simple things. Where are my sales opportunities coming from this week? And where are my leads coming from this week? Now, I don't just want you to answer that question, I want you to associate it to a target. How many sales opportunities and subsequent sales will I create this week? How many new leads will I get this week? Now, I told you guys this back in like week 2 or week 3 when it comes to leads. What qualifies somebody as a lead? What qualifies someone as a lead? Carrie says, own information. Yes. Somebody becomes a lead when you get their name, their email, their phone number, and or their presence in a group you own. So this is a very measurable thing. When I'm asking you how many new leads did you get, you're telling me I got 100 new people on my email list. Fantastic. Fantastic. Is this making sense? How many of y'all have been playing the game of random? We hoping and we praying we hit our sales targets this month, because I did that shit for a long time. Right? We played the game of random. We just wake up and we're like, well, I want to make $300,000 this month. All right, well, I hope it fucking works. Hey, Jesus, I want 300 grand. Hey, God, bless me with $1 million tomorrow. I'm going to go scratch off this lottery ticket and I hope it's a winner. Right? You might as well join me in my fucking awful habit of sports betting every day. Or we can all go buy lottery tickets together, because we got the same chance of making that money in those 2 outlets that we do in a business based on hope and prayer. But when all of a sudden we have targets, and here's the thing, guys, you might fuck it up the first month. That's okay. I am totally okay if you fucking up and missing your target. You know why? At least we got something to assess. I missed my target by 100 leads. Cool. What did we do? What didn't work? We should not do that shit anymore. What didn't we do that we should do? Okay, we should try some of that shit. Great, on to the next month. Target, let's go. Fear holds you back. You should reflect on that shit, Carrie, because you're fucking better than that. Carrie, unmute yourself. We gonna go there today. Y'all caught me in the middle of my event, so you know you get me in like rare form today. You got like Jason 100%, like 150%, and I'm not sick anymore, and I'm well rested, coming off 2 weeks of no work. Ooh, we going. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Why are you afraid to play big? What's wrong? You don't like money? You don't like success?
I have a fear of it.
Okay, why? What are you afraid of? Like, let's talk facts. What is it that we're afraid of?
Well, I've been reflecting on this a lot. Like, I know that it's time to just...
Pause, I don't want your reflection. What is it that we're afraid of?
Like, when I was the most successful, I feel like...
Have you been struggling with your child? Anyone over 6 months, you reply to them and you're like, hey, it's been more than 6 months. Like, we could have had this solved by now.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, what's my call to action this week? My call to action is conversation based around how long someone's been struggling. Okay, well, now we're backdooring sales opportunities. Well, that's much more significant than me saying, well, I'm just going to have a call to action on my email list this week. Right? It has to be planned. It has to be structured.
This week and next, like this, I mean, on repeat really is an invitation to an assessment, like.
Sure, multiple ways. Like, if you just start thinking about lots of different ways to your assessment, that's fantastic, right? But you could have scholarships, you could have webinars, you could have invitations to the triggers, you could have mini challenges with their kids that they participate in. Like, each week, there's got to be something that facilitates that connection and that conversation, right? And that's what I'm going back to, is like week by week, it has to be planned. It cannot be random. It cannot be left to chance. It cannot be left to like the typical digital marketing of like, fill your funnel, send them emails, and hope that they fucking throw money at you. Shit doesn't work anymore, right? It has to be active.
has to be a conversation.
Yeah.
Has to be
We have to facilitate
so I'm gonna
those
focus on the trigger.
conversations.
That's going to be my the trigger assessment. That I'm calling it the same thing.
Yep.
I'm going to focus on that because I really like it.
And think about all the ways you can get people to that, and there are infinite ways. Yep.
Yeah.
And
I
then
only
insert
need
one
five.
each week. And then insert one each week, and you only need 5. And cap it at 5. Cap it at 5. I will only do 5. Make it scarcity based. I will only do 5.
That's what I did in my email.
Bingo.
I will, yeah. So I can't like broadcast it out. I can't like send it to everybody.
You can.
Say,
You can. You send it to everybody. Hey, we got 5. By the way, they filled up in 10 seconds last week.
right.
Great.
Okay.
That's even better. I love that. I love saying that.
Okay. I'll keep doing that in various different.
There we go.
parts in-
And then what I want you to be clear about in your plan is what am I going to do each week? What is that tactic this week? And let's test, because we're gonna find something that's absolute fire, and we'll put that in like once a quarter, and it might just serve your whole quarter. So like we're gonna be able to find that. Yep.
Great.
Amazing.
Got my orders. Thank
I
you.
love
Jason.
it. You got it.
Thanks,
Is this helpful, guys? Is this helpful today?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Do you want to take Tim?
I have to get back to my event. You guys know me. I'll normally stay as long as I can. I also want to make you guys available. We might have to switch to Friday this week instead of Wednesday. I hope you don't hate me for it. There's a possibility I have to get on a flight. Sarah, I'll know by the end of today. On Wednesday morning. So we'd have to do Friday. I'm so sorry. I hate moving things. I apologize. I love you guys. But so hopefully you'll bear with me. I genuinely want you guys to do this homework. Like, this is probably all the clarity you need to put shit out and to have structure. So like we've talked about offer creation, we've talked about marketing, we've talked about like the machine, we've talked about leads. Like, now it's time to put it to action. Those of you guys that are like, I'm ready to make money, okay, then like, where are your sales opportunities coming from this week? Where are your sales opportunities coming from? Jessica, the homework is simple. 4 weeks, each week. Where are your sales opportunities coming from? Where's your future funnel build coming from? Where are we getting our active sales opportunities? Where are we getting our leads from? Every week for 4 weeks, clearly defined. If you don't know it, it ain't gonna happen. And if it doesn't happen, you're not gonna get paid. And if you don't get paid, you're not getting laid, and then the whole world's fucked. So, let's all get paid and laid. That's the game.
Thank you, Jason.
You do not count recurring revenue. Do not count recurring revenue. Good question. No, because we want to stack. We want to stack on top of that recurring revenue, right? So, foundationally, like, we're always trying to grow the ARR or the MRR, whatever, however your recurring revenue is. But amazing, guys. I love you. I love this. Like, I promise you, this is the foundation of how I make lots of money. Every single week, Sunday, I can tell you exactly what I do, and this is how I make tons of money. It's so simple, but it's so powerful. And like, when you start having clarity around this and you can execute on this, then I'll teach you how to amplify it, and then you go to the moon. Do you guys see how it's all come full circle today? Like, today is like the full circle moment. Today literally has brought everything I've taught you together. Let's go to the moon. I'm down with it. I took ownership in a golf streaming app on Saturday, and the owner told me he wants to hit a golf ball on the moon and stream it. And I was like, that's a goal I can support. That's a goal I can support. Love that. So, amazing. I'm out. I gotta go teach some other people here in DC. It's snowing like crazy. I gotta go teach them some stuff because they all came out in the snow to learn. So we're gonna go do this. I hope you guys have a great day. And as always, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.